Hi, it's Nick from the Run Testers. Today we're going to be reviewing the Brooks Hyperion Tempo shoe. So the Brooks Hyperion Tempo was launched at the same time as the Brooks Hyperion Elite, kind of carbon-plated racing shoe, although it's actually been generally available a little bit later. It is now in the US, and in the UK it's out on the 1st of April. It's a lightweight, kind of fast training shoe designed to be a partner shoe to the Hyperion Elite. So you do your kind of tempos, your fast training in this, then switch to a super shoe with a carbon plate on race day is kind of the idea. It's still ridiculously lightweight itself, only weighs 207 grams for the men's version. But the midsole component is different to the Elite 1. It uses Brooks's DNA Flash material, which is nitrogen infused kind of EVA. It's the BioGo DNA EVA foam Brooks is using in his other shoes, but now it's nitrogen infused, add some bubbles to it, gets a bit lighter, a little bit bouncier, just a little bit better all around. It's really, really good foam. It's actually going to be used on the Brooks Hyperion Elite 2, and that's out later in the year, for the simple reason that it's a lot better than the EVA Zero used in the original Hyperion Elite. It's going to be reasonably pricey, £140 UK, $150, but it should be quite durable. It's actually got quite a lot of rubber on the outsole here, which you can't really see so well because it's the same colour as this midsole. But it's it's built like a training shoe, but it's very lightweight. Really, it should be quite a good option for doing all your fast training in. And some runners maybe they're slow training as well, depending on like kind of how lightweight and firm you like your shoes. So I've absolutely loved running in this shoe. I've used it for lots of running, basically. Particularly, it's really impressed me on kind of long progression runs where I finished quite a hard pace, not far off my marathon pace or even my marathon pace. And then just general tempo runs, as the name suggests, it's very good for that. It's lightweight. It's not really bouncy like kind of the Zoom X shoe or a shoe with Saucony's new Power Run foam in it, which is kind of very springy, but it is responsive. You roll really nicely onto the forefoot. It feels reasonably bouncy. Again, it's quite firm, but it's responsive. It's smooth. It's just a great shoe to run in. It's reasonably firm. So I wouldn't say it's really comfortable that you could use it for easy running. Some runners would though, I think. So I think it's going to be positioned as a fast training shoe. Whether you could use it as an all-rounder, I think would depend on the kind of runner you are. I like a really soft shoe when I'm doing my easy runs, to be honest. So I might not go for this, but at the same time, if I didn't have a shoe rotation with loads of shoes in it, maybe I'd be consider this for everything. Basically, I found it was just fast and like soft on the legs. So at the end of like kind of 10 mile, 12 mile progression runs, I'm speeding up throughout. I felt just really good logging those final fast miles in this shoe, which really compares to the Hyperion Elite, where I felt the exact opposite. My legs were really beat up at the end of it. This might not be as fast over very short kind of sharp reps, but over any kind of long distance when you're running fast or even like a long distance race, I think it's a really good shoe. Your legs feel reasonably fresh at the end of those runs, and you never feel like the shoe's holding you back when you're trying to push the pace. In fact, such a good for that. It's so good on that kind of front that I think this midsole is going to be added to the Hyperion Elite 2 shoe, which was used by Brooks' elite athletes at the US trials, which they've already kind of announced the follow-up to the Hyperion Elite 1. I think it wasn't very well received. You can see our review on this site on YouTube. It's just kind of a very firm, souped-up racing flat. With this foam and a carbon plate, I could think Brooks might be on something really special. I think it's going to be similar to the kind of Skechers shoes that has similar kind of materials. Again, haven't had a chance to try those, which is a shame, but they're very good by all accounts. They're not really in the UK yet. But I do think, so that's coming out September, that could be a shoe that might finally position Brooks as a proper competitor to kind of the Vaporfly and the real sharp end of the marathon racing market. Right now, all we have is the Tempo. I'd say this is Brooks' best marathon racing shoe, even with the Hyperion Elite 1 out there. It's fast, it's reasonably comfortable, it protects your legs. You can't really ask too much more. The fit of the shoe is also very good. So this woven upper is very lightweight, very stretchy. It fits true to size for me. It's not at all too narrow around the midfoot, but you can still get a lockdown fit pretty easily by using laces. It was easier to do that than on the Hyperion Elite, in fact. Roomy toe box. Even at the end of long runs, I didn't feel like it was uncomfortable in any way. It's breathable. Yeah, fit is pretty much perfect. There's a tiny bit of padding around the collar here, again, because this is a training shoe. I mean, again, it's remarkable how light it is considering it has things like that. But yeah, a great fit. I would go true to size with this. There's a potential to go half size down if you like a really tight fit, but I don't think it's necessary at all. I'd go true to size definitely. So fast trainers is a potentially a little bit of a niche market. I think lots of casual runners don't have a fast trainer in their lineup, but I think for those runners, this would work really well as both your kind of your tempo or your track, your speed sessions, and your racing shoe. It's a particularly good long distance racing shoe. And then for other runners who might do have 3 shoes in rotation, when they have a dedicated, if they have a slow shoe, a fast training shoe, and then maybe a super shoe, a carbon plated shoe for a race day, this works really well. It fits really well in between those 2 levels. And again, I think if you're a lightweight, efficient runner, you'd be pretty happy using this for easy runs as well, I'd say. So it gets a lot of boxes. I think there's a few shoes out there right now. I mean, for me, that kind of area has always been a little bit dominated by things like Adios, the Adizero Adios and the Adios Boston as well. I think they're both really good fast trainers. They're a little bit cheaper than this, potentially more durable. I haven't had any sign of wear on this after probably 60-70 miles. But the Adios and the Boston are always very reliable. Adidas has also recently released the SL20 lightweight kind of fast training shoe, which is a little bit heavier but a lot cheaper. Like it's kind of an RRP of 100 quid, but it's already available for a lot less than that. That's quite firm in comparison to this. I'd say if I was doing long distance, hard efforts or long distance races, anything over half marathon, I prefer this shoe. The SL20 maybe is fine, 5k, 10k, but I think a lot of casual runners might think it's a bit too firm for long distance racing. Other options, the thing like, so the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2 is, I think, more of an all-rounder. It's a bit softer, it's better for your easy running than this. I think this is more positioned towards the faster end of the market. So I'm not sure if a direct competitor, something like the Zoom Fly Free could be. I don't know, all these shoes are great, to be honest. I'm probably leaning towards the Brooks right now, even though it is a bit more than like the Adios, than you'll find the Adios and the Boston for. It's a really nice shoe to run in, 140 quid. I think it's going to be pretty durable. It's right up there at the very best fast training shoes out there at the moment. And like I say, some runners might use it as an all-rounder, some will find it as a great race day option. So I think Brooks absolutely nailed it here. Basically, this is a great shoe. It's the best shoe they released this year. Definitely buy this over the Hyperion Elite would be my guess. Would be my suggestion. But then look out for the Hyperion Elite 2, which should be something pretty special. Thanks very much, guys. That's our review of the Hyperion Tempo fast training shoe. Do like and subscribe. Ring the little bell thing that notifies you if you put a video up. That's essential. And do let us know in the comments kind of what you're looking for, and of a kind of a fast training shoe, or even a race day option at the moment. Thanks.